All right, so we're going to move on to importing plans through PDF files. You're going to go up here to the top toolbar where it says draw, or that there is a power key. You can use Control D, which will bring you to the draw screen. Now, what we'll need to do is, and this is really up to you, you can literally import the entire PDF from the plan. But if I pull this up, I'll show you what the plans look like. And there's more than one way that you can do this, but I'll show you my preferred way. So these are the construction plans, and you can see there was our Wrightsoft file. So I'm looking for a page, which is typically called the framing plan. This is it, where there's measurements, because I want to be able to scale the drawing. Now, I don't really need all of this stuff right now, the windows, the openings, and all of that stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click edit here, and I'll see right here, edit. Now we've opened this in Adobe PDF. And once you have that, then you'll go to, let's see. And it's converting right now, so this may take a few minutes, but if you look at the bottom right of the page, it says page 2 converting scan page to editable text and images. This is going to take a little bit. Once it's finished, you'll be able to crop this out, and you'll just get just the drawing, which works a little bit better whenever you're working in Wrightsoft because you don't have all the extra. Okay. So now you'll see right here we have crop page. I'll click that. I'll start in the top left-hand corner. I will pull it down, and you'll see that there's now a box around just the drawing. I'm going to double-click the center of the drawing and click OK. And now you see that in this PDF, we just have the drawing. So I'm going to print to PDF. I want to save it, but I just want to click current. So if you look right here, just says current. If I leave it set to all, then what will happen is I'll print all 14 pages, and that's not really what I want. So I'm going to select current, and then I'm going to hit print to PDF. Boom, hit print. You're going to see it's going to pull up a box here, ask you where do you want to save this. We're going to go back to our OEA construction plans here, and I'm just going to type into the box PDF. There we go. You can save it as floor plan. You can save it really as whatever allows you to be able to quickly reference and determine that's what that is. Now, we're going to get out of all of this. We're going to go back to our Wrightsoft, and I want to show you there is an Adobe PDF file right here. That's what you're going to click. Click that Adobe PDF and just start in the top left-hand corner like this, and you're just going to slide down. It's going to ask which document or file. It's going to pull up this file explorer here for you to be able to find the document or the file that you want to upload. Now, we just saved that one as Adobe PDF, a PDF file, so we'll bring it in. And you're going to notice that it really doesn't fit on our page here. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can get a little bit better. And you see the blue line here, the border line right here, okay? And the blue line at the top here, and the red line here. Now, this is your boundary right here. So anything that goes in and out of this boundary is not going to show up on the draw screen. So I may need to change this boundary line. The way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to come out here to the middle of nowhere, and I'm going to right click, which is going to bring up the property sheet. You're going to see the property sheet right here. That's how you know you're going to use this. Remember this, because you're going to spend a lot of time here in the property sheet. But right now, all we're going to do is we're just going to adjust the scrolling width and the scrolling height of the draw screen, because we're going to need a little bit more. So right now I'm just going to start with flip-flopping these numbers. I'm going to do 112 here, and you can see the property boundaries moving, and 68 here. Perfect. And that gives me a little bit more room to work. Still may not quite be enough, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to find this. I'm going to click on my PDF. I'm going to find this point right here, and I'm just going to drag it out till I can see the rest of the. Now this is a huge PDF file right here. So once I get it in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. I try not to use the rollerball on the mouse because it can mess some stuff up. I typically like to use the zoom in or the zoom out button right here. Keep you from getting things off grid. Doesn't always mess stuff up, but it definitely has the potential to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to drawing here, click on that, click on drawing options right here, and I'm going to come down to grid settings. And I'm going to adjust my grid settings. Right now it's 6-inch grid settings. I'm going to adjust just temporarily for a 1-inch grid setting right here. Once I have that, I'm going to find a round measurement. What I mean when I say round is I don't want a measurement that says 5 foot 3 inches or 5 foot whatever. I want to make it easy, and I want the scale to be as accurate as possible. So I'm going to do, like right here, there's a 5-inch or 5 foot measurement right here. So I'm going to click my ruler, which you're going to find in the toolbar right here. And I'm going to bring that ruler down, and I'm going to start on this line, and I'm going to pull to this line. Now, it's going to say, according to your file right now, the scaled version is 8.25 feet from distance A, from point A to point B. We're going to override it and tell it that that should actually be 5 feet from A to B. And you'll see that the drawing shrunk quite a bit. So now it's going to be a little bit easier to work with, but more importantly, the scale is going to be a whole lot more accurate. So now that I have it scaled, I'm going to go back to drawing options, and I'm going to restore my grid settings to 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches right here. You're going to see the grid comes back, and now this PDF floor plan fits inside of my landscape drawing grid. And now you can start drawing all of your rooms, but this is how you import plans and scale those plans so that you can then proceed with drawing rooms and moving forward with the Manual J.